What's up, guys? My name is Elias, and here is some movie news to close out the month of September. So let's dive into a little bit of DC news here. The filming of Clayface seems to be going well, and Tom Rice Harries looks to be an amazing addition to the DCU as Matt Hagen, aka Clayface. I can't wait to see the kind of grotesque body dysmorphia that's going to be going on, akin to the substance from last year. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see how this rated R kind of clashes with the tones of the rest of the DCU. I do like that James Gunn is kind of approaching this as anything can happen in the DCU. It doesn't matter what rating it is. I do love that they officially dropped a set photo of the GCPD logo as well, because as if Matt Reeves and James Gunn haven't already been saying this, the Batman from 2022 is going to be an Elseworld story, not part of the DCU. It looks so different, the logo, from the Batman. So I'm very happy that we are at least getting even this little kind of confirmation. But like I said, James Gunn and Matt Reeves have been saying it for a long time now. There are going to be teases in this movie of the larger DCU, but mainly Gotham, where we do get mentions of the Joker and the Flying Graysons, for example. And I'm more than positive we are going to get some kind of Batman cameo in the movie, whether it be a silhouette or through his bat signal or Bruce Wayne on a TV report or something, because there's no way we are going to get a Clayface movie before the DCU Batman movie and not have Batman at least mentioned in the film. James Gunn also replied to this fan casting of Brandon Sklenar, and he has not been debunking this rumor, so I'm pretty sure that we might have found our Batman. It's sure as heck not going to be Alan Richardson, who has been wanting to be Batman, but I would rather see him as Shazam, Wildcat, or Captain Atom anyway, and it seems like he's going to be doing something in the DCU, so fingers crossed. It does kind of bug me out though that James Gunn has said that he's been finding difficulties with fitting the Authority into the world. I guess because the Boys already exists, and this has to fit in with the larger DCU. But I feel like 2027's Man of Tomorrow, which could hint at Brainiac, by the way, as James Gunn has been teasing, could have hints of the Authority in there. If you haven't read Superman and the Authority, at least pick up the first issue. It is pretty dope. Also, the fact that James Gunn wants Static Shock in the DCU gives me a lot of hope. And the fact that we're getting movies like Clayface, The Brave and the Bold, Man of Tomorrow, we're getting Lanterns, which is supposed to be grittier, Booster Gold. I mean, this DCU seems like it's going to be very epic, and I hope that it just does justice to what Zack Snyder was not allowed to do due to the old regime at Warner Brothers, and David Zaslav just lets James Gunn cook, man. I mean, I'm really excited for the DC Studios project going forward, especially because we got Supergirl next year with Jason Momoa as Lobo. A lot of dope stuff for DC. A lot of dope stuff. So there's a lot of rumors as to why Dwayne Johnson dropped a lot of weight. Number one, it's nobody's business, so I don't know why this is such a big thing. But the reason that I read why he dropped weight was pretty interesting to me. Not gonna lie. So apparently he's going to play the Chicken Man, a 70-year-old guy whose best friend is a 70-year-old chicken. Benny Safdie is directing, and the story follows a boy who discovers intelligent alien lizard musicians living secretly on Earth. The boy teams up with Chicken Man, aka Dwayne Johnson, to uncover the truth about the lizards. I know nothing about lizard music. I did not Google it before I made this video. I could care less, to be honest. I just thought that that was such an interesting thing to read on social media, and the fact that it's real is kind of wild to me. And I'm very curious to see this new turning point in The Rock's career where he's just kind of giving it a go and really trying acting for once. So well, no, he's a good actor. Let me not say all that. He's had a bad rap. He's come out in a lot of weird stuff lately, in the past decade or so. And he's mainly known for the Fast and Furious movies and for trying to shoehorn himself into the DCU, which evidently killed the DC universe. But I like Black Adam. What even is this? The description, not him. I mean, I don't. Again, I don't care. As long as he's not sick. I don't wish any kind of sickness on the guy. I'm just gonna end this here because I don't even know where I'm going with this. Now, have y'all seen this news? Because this is a travesty. How does Activision turn down Steven Spielberg to make a Call of Duty movie? Are we not aware that this man has made Jaws, Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park? This man has got bangers on bangers on bangers, and you don't want him to do a Call of Duty movie because you don't want to give him full control, and then you sell the rights to Paramount? What are we doing here? Make good movies. Make good movies again. Let him cook. Look at this man's filmography. It's fantastic. Even Lincoln is awesome. If you haven't seen Lincoln, that's that's a fantastic movie, dude. I don't know what would his, dude, if he was like, I want to make a Call of Duty movie, I'd be like, bet, how much money you need? How much? How much you need? Like what? This man aura farms with every project he does. What could have been? What could have been? So Sophie Turner has officially been casted as Lara Croft in Amazon's live-action Tomb Raider series. I don't hate it. I certainly think she might have a little more sauce than the Alicia Vikander version in 2018 of Tomb Raider. But the more and more they stray far from Angelina Jolie's take on the character, the more I'm just like, why are you not trying to get back to this? She had all the sauce in those movies. I love Sophie Turner as Sansa and the Dark Phoenix, but if you're gonna do Tomb Raider right, you need somebody who's gonna play a tough chick. I just don't really see it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, and obviously, maybe a trailer will change my mind, or even a set photo. Who knows? Let me know what you think in the comments about this, though. Okay, Michael Caine coming back out of retirement to star in a sequel to one of Vin Diesel's worst movies, aka The Last Witch Hunter. How big was that paycheck? Like, I wonder. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. This movie had its fun moments, and it's Vin Diesel. Who doesn't like watching a Vin Diesel flick? You already know what you're getting when you watch a movie with him in it. But all I'm saying is, if I was retired after 90 something years old, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I would want to come back. I think I'd have enough money. I'd want to just live my life. Maybe give some to charity. Do humanitarian stuff. I wouldn't want to act again, especially in a cheesy action flick. Or maybe I would. I don't know. I'm not an actor, so who knows? I did love this guy in Austin Powers Goldmember, though. I have nothing else to say about that. I just wanted to post that. Now, Marvin Jones III has officially been cast as Tombstone, a Spider Man villain in Spider Man Brand New Day. Now, he's already played Tombstone in the Spider Verse movies, but if you haven't seen him as Tobias Whale in Black Lightning, go and watch that show or at least look up a couple of clips of him because the fact that he calls Jefferson's family the Chocolate Incredibles is hilarious, and he's only got dozens and dozens of other sayings and just things to call them and insults. I am very very happy with this casting. He's a great actor, and yeah, go and check out his other work because he's dope. He's dope. So, as a movie nerd, I thought this was very interesting. This is every superhero movie that crossed $1 billion at the box office, and at the bottom is The Dark Knight. I don't know what I expected, but I kind of thought The Dark Knight would be a little bit higher, but it gets a little crazier as the list goes on. So Joker made a little more The Dark Knight. It's the next up. It's number 14, and that was the highest grossing rated R movie of all time before Deadpool and Wolverine, obviously, when it came out. And it just goes to show you that even niche movies like, a Joaquin Phoenix flick with Todd Phillips directing could turn into the big movie that it became. The Dark Knight Rises is next up. Of course, it was the ending of a Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy, which was epic. Even though I had my gripes with the movie, still a phenomenal movie in its own right. Captain Marvel, the only reason it made $1.1 billion is because of the Endgame hype at the time. Nobody really cares for Captain Marvel, as is evident by The Marvels, its sequel. But it was a decent enough watchable movie, but definitely did not deserve $1.1 billion. Spider-Man: Far From Home, my least favorite of the Spider-Man movies. I think it's literally my least favorite Spider-Man movie, even out of the Amazing Spider-Man movies. But of course, this was post Endgame, so it was gonna make some money. And it's Spider Man. Aquaman is the highest grossing DCEU movie, or DC movie ever, by the way. $1.1 billion. That's freaking insane. Captain America Civil War, of course, it ended the trilogy of Captain America, and it was basically Avengers 2.5. No surprise there. Iron Man 3, not my favorite Iron Man movie, but you know what? I kind of get it. This was acting as like the ending of his trilogy as well, and teased a bunch of stuff for Avengers Age of Ultron. Well, as far as what people knew. Deadpool and Wolverine, of course, that was going to make $1.3 billion. It's the highest grossing rated R movie of all time. Love Deadpool and Wolverine. Of course, you had Wolverine coming back, so that just boosted up the sales tenfold. Black Panther, first big black superhero movie. And of course, it was going to make its money. I think it is a decent movie, wildly overrated, but I'm not mad at it. Avengers: Age of Ultron and Avengers, of course, those movies were going to be highest grossing. Obviously, Age of Ultron did worse because it was technically not as good of a film as the first one. Spider-Man: No Way Home, you have three Spider-Man in the movies. I'm not even going to go into it. That's just epic. Avengers: Infinity War and Avengers: Endgame. Now, Avengers: Infinity War cracking 2 billion is wild, but Endgame cracking 2.8 billion and almost making $3 billion is insane. But of course, well deserved. It was the epic culmination of 10 plus years worth of Marvel movies and storytelling. So no surprise there. I love this list. Surprised by some of the picks, but kind of not by some of them as well. But that's all I got for you guys. So let me know in the comments what you thought about everything that I discussed in this video. Remember to like and hit that subscribe button, as well as share this to someone so they could join in on the conversation too. And remember to follow me on all socials at Takes with Eli. But until next time, guys, take care and God bless.